a single man has shown the power of America in the blink of an eye. In 2013, he stole more than 10 lakh top-secret documents from America and exposed them to the world. And since then, for the past 11 years, he has been America's most wanted criminal. But despite causing so much damage to the American government, today, he is seen as a hero in the eyes of the world. But why? How did he steal the documents of the world's top-secret agency? Why did he leak them? And even after all this, how is he safe from America's arrest? The morning of June 6th, 2013, brought a huge problem on the American government. It so happens that a series of news is published on The Guardian and The Washington Post, in which the top-secret documents of the NSA were exposed. These documents shocked not only Americans, but also mobile users around the world, when they found out that the American government was keeping a close eye on every mobile user. In these documents, the NSA's secret program, PRISM, was exposed, a secret program that allows the US government to access any user's private data through companies like Google, Apple, and Facebook. In addition, they have a secret court order through which they can access data from millions of Verizon customers. Verizon is a mobile operator in America, like Airtel and Ufone in India and Pakistan. After this, there was also a memo written by President Obama in the leaked documents, in which Obama is asking the intelligence officials for a list of foreign targets to cyber attack. And this was just the beginning of the leaked documents. The NSA hacked Hong Kong and China's military computers, tapped Angela Merkel's phone, who was then the Chancellor of Germany. The British government's communications headquarters, GCHQ, was running a program to keep an eye on its citizens. And in the leaked documents, the conversation between the NSA and GCHQ came to light, in which both institutions were looking for ways to deceive people, propaganda, and keep their influence on people through social media. In the beginning, no one knew who leaked these documents and whether they were really true or not, because news agencies are not bound to tell the source of their news. But just 3 days later, a man comes forward who takes the responsibility of leaking these top-secret documents. 29-year-old Edward Snowden, who was a high school dropout, started his career in the US military, but after a year, he was discharged from there and became a security guard at Maryland University in 2005. Edward Snowden was not good at studying, but his computer skills were so strong that the CIA hired him. After spending a few years with the CIA, Dell hired him in 2009. American tech giant Dell also had a contract to upgrade the computer systems of the National Security Agency at that time. That's when they put Edward on the same project, where his role was first as a supervisor. Later, he became a cyber strategist. So far, Edward Snowden was like a diamond to the CIA and NSA. So what happened next that made him called a traitor by these agencies? Actually, Edward had an incident behind becoming a traitor to the cyber strategist. While operating and upgrading the NSA computers, Edward found out that the National Security Agency has the power to access personal data of any mobile user. He also saw some records that he thought were records of international criminals, but in fact, they were not criminals, but American peace-loving citizens. At the same time, there was a debate on the issue of intelligence in the US Congress. Ron Wyden, who is an American politician, he asked James Clapper, the director of the National Security Agency in Congress, whether your agency collects data from Americans or not. This session of Congress was also broadcast on national television. James Clapper said in front of millions of people that no, our job is only foreign intelligence. At that time, Edward Snowden was surprised to see his director lying on television. He got so angry that after 3 days he left Dell's job, from where he was earning $200,000 a year. In 2013, he left Dell and joined Booz Allen Hamilton, who worked for the US military, CIA, and NSA. Here too, he was assigned to a project of the NSA. The National Security Agency says that Edward has stolen so many files from our system that it is difficult to estimate them, because they can be more than 20,000. But what did Edward do that he copied the files of the top secret agency without anyone knowing? Surprisingly, he did not use any complicated hacking tools for this job. Rather, all this work was done with a small USB drive. But how? Because of the fear of data theft in normal offices, especially USB drives are banned. Second, where there is confidential data in any company's system, not every employee has the authority to access the data. These were still computers of the National Security Agency, whose security has no break. Edward Snowden made a plan to escape before doing this and took advantage of his location. Because he was hired by Booz Allen Hamilton for the NSA project, he was kept 5,000 miles away from the NSA's Maryland headquarters in Hawaii. Hawaii is 6 hours away from Maryland, which means that when Edward worked in his Hawaii office, everyone would go to the NSA headquarters by then. The second advantage was that he had access to the NSA headquarters servers through a thin client system, which was actually outdated. The third advantage was that Edward himself was a system administrator there. That is, he had a high security clearance of his profile, which gave him more rights. That is, he could copy data from any system without being noticed. Edward Snowden took advantage of this, and without being noticed, he copied more than 200,000 files from 5,000 miles away. After working in the Hawaii office for only 4 weeks, Edward decided to bring the actions of the NSA to the world. He copied all the documents in a USB drive, very cleverly hid the drive from the security guard, and made an excuse for the disease and took a leave. He switched off his number and went straight to Hong Kong from Hawaii. But when he did not return for the next few days, and his number was not reachable, the NSA was suspicious, and they started looking for him. After reaching Hong Kong, he met some reliable journalists, gave them the documents, and the same documents became the headlines of the world the next day. The leaked documents of Edward Snowden sparked a new debate on the secret powers of the NSA around the world. It was accused of stealing government property, entering into national security systems without permission, and sending top-secret information to unauthorized people. At the same time, the American government asked Hong Kong to hand Edward over to them. But he had already planned his every move. By then, he took the ship and went to Russia, where he got asylum in the beginning. And then in September 2022, Putin gave him Russian citizenship. Since then, Edward Snowden has given many interviews in which he told how our phones spy on us. He mentioned the tool called Nosy Smurf, which gives the access to the microphone of our phone to security agencies so that they can hear the voices around without any obstruction. Some people consider Edward Snowden a traitor, while some believe that he is a hero who exposed the real face of the NSA to the world. What is your opinion about this? Do let me know in the comment section. I hope you will like and share this video. Thank you very much for your loving comments. See you in the next great video.